As important as Ming Cho Lee is in the history of American design, for all of his significance as a designer, his legacy might actually be as a teacher. He has taught at Yale for more than 40 years, much of that time as co-chair of the design program. He has trained more students than any other single individual in American theater history, maybe in world theater history. His influence goes beyond simply training set designers. He is training theater artists. And in this regard, I think he may be one of the most influential people in American theater, period.
I hope that people who come to see this exhibit will realize that there's an enormous variety in Ming's work. If you look at his drawings, they're beautiful. There was a Look Homeward Angel, and his observation of American architecture and was unbelievable. There's a favorite sketch that I have that's in the exhibit of a sketch that he did for the Met for I Puritani. There's so many things in that exhibit, and just the exquisiteness of the models, the pure craftsmanship, and just beauty of painting and model making that are exhibited in his work. And Betsy, his wife, was right there with him all the way, doing a lot of the work on those models herself. So there's nothing like seeing the real thing in front of you, and I think that people are going to be intrigued by it.
There have been 3 previous retrospective exhibitions on his work, none of them at Yale. In fact, the last one in the US was in 1995 at the New York Public Library. Recently there's been 2 exhibitions in China, in both Shanghai and Ningbo. And this exhibition is loosely based on those 3 previous exhibitions. But being at Yale, we have an opportunity to celebrate not only his work, but also the aspect of his teaching, and looking at his relationship with students throughout the years, which is especially important for the architecture school, since a number of architecture students have taken Ming's seminar over the years to explore design in terms of stage design as opposed to architectural design. So we're particularly excited to have the show here at the architecture school.
I think what is important about this exhibition, especially for a younger generation today, is that they may not know the work of Ming Cho Lee. He has not been an active designer since 2005. Unlike paintings, unlike music, unlike movies, which we can see just by turning on our computer, theater disappears. Yeah, it exists in videotapes and so on, but to actually see the design of work that was done 50 years ago and to understand why this was revolutionary when it was done, why things that they think now are old-fashioned were new at one time. And they were new in many cases because Ming Cho Lee did them first, and his assistants, his students, for generation after generation, spread the word. And so what is now the common vocabulary of the American theater started in many cases with things that Ming Cho Lee did, and it's important to know where this work came from and to understand, I think, what a great artist he is.
Ming's greatest legacy is his teaching. When you look at the number of people that are out there designing, it's phenomenal how many of them studied with him, have read about him, have wanted to study here and maybe didn't get in but then made it in another way. I remember when I received a Tony Award for Light in the Piazza, it suddenly dawned on me that everybody on the stage in the design area that had won, except for one person, had all studied at the Yale School of Drama with Ming Cho Lee. So the influence is enormous, and I don't think that people realize what an impact he's really had on so many people, me included.